Hey guys, Bipolar Barbie here, and I'm going to teach you today how to stop abusing yourself. And what I mean is if you find yourself in an abusive relationship, and by that I don't just mean a physically or a sexually abusive relationship, whether it be psychological abuse or you just find yourself in a relationship that is making you feel awful, that is unhealthy, unstable, if you are always complaining, if you are always crying, if you are always upset, if you are always being hurt, stop it. If you are begging someone to stop hurting you, then you are abusing yourself. I just want to share with you my experiences because I've been in a hell of a lot of abusive relationships, and I have been that poor pathetic girl that my friends have told me, just dump him. We are sick of hearing your shit. And at the time, I didn't realize the amount of power that I had and the amount of power that I was actually giving away. I was giving all of my power to my partner, which allowed them to abuse me. I was allowing them to do it. I was begging them to stop because they were the ones hurting me. So it makes sense, right, that they should be the ones that stop hurting me? And I was trying to communicate that. I spent so much time, a complete waste of my life, trying to communicate with people who were just not willing to hear it. People who would just never take it on board and never change for me, and whether they could or they couldn't or they just didn't want to, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. I never really understood why someone that said or claimed they cared about me would not just do these really basic, simple things that would save me a lot of pain. And that was simply because they thought that it shouldn't be hurting me, but it was. And I think as a borderline and having a lot of trauma in your life, there are some things that just, hurt. And they shouldn't, you might seem like you're overreacting, but you are actually reacting to the amount of emotion that you feel. Something like being late is really, really painful for someone with anxiety to experience. So a lot of people don't realize that. And I think that's where people need to raise awareness, and people need to just become more tolerant of some people because you have no idea what they're going through. Looking back now, I realized that I was abusing myself. And by blaming others for that abuse, whether or not they were responsible for causing the pain, I was the one that had the power. I was letting them abuse me. So I was responsible for my own pain. And if I had blamed myself in a productive way, if I had taken responsibility, and if I had acknowledged, you know what, the only reason I'm in this much pain is because I'm letting them do this to me. If they want to do that, well, that's fine. I can't beg them. I can't convince them otherwise. Believe me, I've tried. And if I can't tolerate that, if it hurts too much, then that is the point where I need to go, okay, I need to leave. And taking responsibility for that empowers you to leave. If you blame someone else for your pain, then you are letting them abuse you. You might as well be abusing yourself because you are responsible for it. So guys, if you find yourself in an unhealthy relationship, if you find yourself in pain, whether you are borderline or you are not, get out of there. Seriously. If you feel like you have to be in a relationship, you are probably the person that shouldn't be in a relationship. If you are scared of being alone, then you need to be alone. I mean, you can feel lonely in a relationship, and I personally right now feel the least lonely I've ever felt in my life, and I am single because I'm in a committed relationship to learning how to love myself. And I mean, people tell us all the time, there's plenty of fish in the sea. So why do we waste our time on fuckboys? Why do we waste our time on trying to prove our worth to people who clearly don't value us? Know your worth. And if someone can't see it, then walk away. It's a bad investment of your time and your energy, and it is going to detract from your mental state, from your happiness, and that is time and energy that you could be investing in yourself. And that time and energy is never lost. Learn from the mistakes of your past, move on. There are plenty of people in this world, and if one person doesn't value you, that does not mean that you are worthless. So thanks for listening to this video, guys. If you can relate to this lesson, give me a thumbs up, greatly appreciated. If you think more people should hear it, feel free to share and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Have you learnt this lesson yourself, or has this been a new eye-opening lesson for you? And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, seriously guys, how many times do I have to tell you to do it? So thank you for listening, guys. Have a good day.